Wichita State is known everywhere as being the very best in intercollegiate bowling.
Which you can tell just by looking at the trophies in this trophy case.
Running out of room over here. We don't have any more room. So.
Which is a problem any coach would love to have. Gordon Vadakin is one of the most successful bowlers in the country. Yet the thing he's most proud of is his student athletes.
I get just as excited about our athletes getting their college degree as I do about them winning national title. Less pins to shoot out on second ball to make your greedy. If they're successful in the classroom, they're probably going to be successful, period. And if they're successful there, they've got a pretty good chance they're going to be successful down here on the bowling lanes.
But on the way to getting those degrees, the WSU bowling teams have won a total of 15 national titles and lots of individual awards.
So I think our count right now is 159 All-Americans.
Some pretty amazing careers have begun on those teams.
And we've got 3 guys out there right now on the national tour. We had 4 out there last year, but 1 just retired, a guy named Rick Steelsmith. But the 3 that are currently and will be out there this next fall is Sean Rash, who won 2 PBA titles last year, Chris Barnes, who's been out there for 8 or 9 years and has won, gosh, I'm not sure how many titles Chris has won. He's probably won about 10 titles now. And Pat Healy, who's won several titles. We have more pros out there than any other college program does, which is nice.
Gordon has been head bowling coach here since 1977. Not only has he been extremely successful coaching WSU's teams, but he's a pretty fierce competitor himself. But he's so humble, it's hard to tell it by the way he talks.
All I know is I enjoyed the sport a tremendous amount as a young player and had some success.
Some success? He's had more than just some success. Gordon's career started when he began playing with his family.
My dad never bowled avidly. He wasn't an avid player, but my brother was. He was always someone that was pretty good at sports generally, so when he picked up a bowling ball, he was pretty good. So I think my first goal as far as bowling was just to kind of get up to the level he was at.
His brother was 5 years older, so it took him a while, but Gordon eventually did it.
So it was, a typical brother thing. It's always kind of competitive. I was probably in 6th grade, and that sounds pretty young, I know, but from a bowling perspective, that's almost a little bit late. Probably didn't really have any kind of great success until mid-teens or about 16. I was able to shoot one of the bigger 3-game sets as a junior bowler back when I was 16 in the state of Kansas, at least. It seemed like a big deal at the time, but that type of score now would be considered insignificant.
How insignificant?
Remember what the score was?
That was 702. That's funny. I mean, the people listening to this, if you say that, they'll just laugh out loud because 702 is people shoot that just constantly now. I lived at Flight Lanes as a junior player. I would go there every single day. I was one of their best customers, I'm sure, because I practiced every single day.
Gordon ended up going to college at WSU, but at the time, he didn't even think about being on the bowling team.
I don't know why. I probably didn't figure I was good enough to make their team, so I didn't even bother to really try out, so my freshman year.
It didn't take the coach of that team, Paul Wallachek, long to get Gordon involved, though. Gordon made the team in the fall of 1972.
Those early collegiate years, I think we thought we were pretty good, but we weren't that good. Just in our head.
Well, at least you're good somewhere, right?
That's right.
At that time, the women's bowling team was getting all the accolades. Gordon's future wife was on the team that won the first national championship. WSU's goal was to bring the men's team to that level as well. So in 1973, Paul Wallachek asked Gordon to be his assistant manager, and his coaching career was launched, a career that spanned more than 3 decades. During that time, he's made a lot of sacrifices, though.
When you love something, you're passionate about it, you don't really think much about how much time it takes because you don't look at clocking in and clocking out when you love something.
Throughout those years, the honors and awards continued to pour in. In 1983, Vadakin placed 3rd in all events in the ABC National Tournament.
It's about goals and it's about dreams and it's about working hard to try to get what you want. And when you get a lot of like-minded people working in the same direction, you can sure accomplish some pretty amazing things. So.
That same year, he was inducted into the Wichita Men's Bowling Hall of Fame. As a Team USA member, he bowled in the FIQ tournament in Caracas, Venezuela in 1983. 5 years later, in 1989, Gordon again earned a spot on Team USA. Shortly after returning home to Wichita, Gordon and his Team USA teammate Mark Lewis were part of another team that played in the ABC tournament. That was held right here at Century 2.
We proceeded to shoot the 3 games, 5 guys, 3 games. We shot 34.81. No one had ever bowled that high in the 95-year history of the tournament. And it's just one of those rare once-in-a-lifetime things. And I remember the crowd standing up at the end and gave us a standing ovation. Never happens to bowlers. That never happens. The whole crowd stood up and started applauding. I mean, you just kind of felt like, wow, who are they clapping for? You know, is it us? You know, it was so cool. And and all I could remember is I just didn't want it to end. It was just so fun. It was just so neat. You just wanted it to stop and just kind of savor it because it was just such a special time.
40,000 bowlers competed in that tournament, and that record held for all 100 days. Later that same year, Gordon competed in the America Zone Championship. Now, during that championship, Gordon won the 24-game individual all-events gold medal. 1989 was a big year for Gordon. He was inducted into the Kansas Men's Hall of Fame and was selected as an Amateur Bowler of the Year by Bowler's Journal. Not only played for Team USA, Gordon has twice been chosen to help coach Team USA.
We went to Guatemala last month for almost 2 weeks. We helped coach the U.S. men's team, the adult team.
Last March, Gordon was inducted into the U.S. Bowling Congress Hall of Fame.
That's a big deal. You know, that's a big honor. It's pretty humbling stuff. Well, you know how this is. I mean, I've told people, how do you feel about this? They've asked me, gosh, don't you feel great about it? And I do feel great about it, I do, but you know, it's funny how it works because, you know, we always want to glorify individuals, and it's never individuals. It's a whole team of people, a whole bunch of people that make one person have success. I don't know, it's kind of embarrassing in a way to say, well, what did I really ever do? I really didn't do anything. I mean, a whole bunch of people did some stuff, and I just hung around when it was going on, and look, I get a lot of credit for it.
That's a statement a lot of people would disagree with, especially the Wichita Sports Hall of Fame here in Old Town, which recently inducted him into their organization as well.
Yeah, I don't care if it strikes. I just want to see you get real flat.
As if he doesn't have enough to do, Gordon joined forces with ESPN to create this Learn to Bowl videotape to teach kids how to improve their skills.
About with spare shooting, such as 12 and 6 with your hand position to throw the ball a little straighter.
Vadakin also leads the summer bowling camps that teach hundreds of kids who want to learn from the best there is.
You know, 250, 260 kids in this summer's youth camp program. They come to us from 34 different states and two different countries.
At the height of his career, Gordon's average was about 225, and he even bowled a few 300s along the way.
I wasn't as old and as large as I am now, those sorts of things. So
It does make a difference, doesn't it?
it makes a big difference. It makes a big difference.
So what's your average?
What's my average? Not very good anymore. Golly.
Maybe he can't play like he used to, but he sure can coach. In each and every one of Vadakin's 31 years as head coach, one or both of WSU's men's and women's teams have advanced to the national championships.
We prop our program up on 3 pillars philosophically. Work ethic, learning, and loyalty, those 3 things. Are you someone that's interested in improving? Are you someone that's willing to work hard to improve? Are you willing to be loyal to what you're shown?
With all those honors and awards, you'd think it would be hard to list which one means the very most, but it doesn't take Gordon more than a second to answer.
Having a team see their potential, have success, and win a national title.
And the truth be told, he doesn't even know how many awards he's won.
No, I didn't keep track of that. I mean, that's never been one to kind of look at what's been done, always kind of thinking about what needs to be done now and what happens in the future.